across Tasmania. This is Win News.
Tonight, the state government rejects claims Tasmania's share of GST is at risk. A Greens commissioned poll reveals support for the decriminalisation of cannabis and a big win for Tasmania at the Logies. Good evening, I'm Lucy Breaden. Fears are spreading. Tasmania is about to take a devastating hit, with reports the GST distribution is headed Western Australia's way. But if it had the man who balances the state's books at all worried, he wasn't showing it.
Drawn out of cabinet by an anxious media, keen to confirm newspaper reports the new GST carve-up will not go Tasmania's way, the Treasurer seemed calm and dismissive.
That's a model that has been leaked. At the end of the day, it's not a model that we're considering.
Alison Costelloe, Win News.
Unions are up in arms after the government stopped short of committing to 2 new Bruny Island ferries being built in Tasmania. They say it flies in the face of the state's skilled workforce, claiming valuable jobs will be lost.
John Short admits he's spent the past few days doing a lot of head scratching.
We've got the capacity, we've got the skilled workforce, we've got the capabilities. You know, if things can be made in Tasmania, they should be made here. Jake
Keating, Win News.
Former Glenorchy Alderman Stuart Slade has resigned from his position as board director of the RACT, effective immediately. It comes after Deputy Mayor Matt Stevenson launched a public campaign calling for his resignation in the wake of recent findings by a Board of Inquiry and the Integrity Commission. In a statement, RACT acknowledged Mr Slade's significant contribution to the organisation during his 21 years on the board. He was contacted for comment. 3 doctors have resigned from a St Helens practice in just 2 months, prompting concerns about ongoing health services and care in the northeast town. The local council held a meeting with the practice chief last week to discuss ways of attracting and retaining GPs in the region. Locums will be used in the short term while the jobs are advertised across Australia and the UK. There's growing support for the decriminalisation of cannabis after a survey commissioned by the Greens revealed the majority of Tasmanians are in favour of its legalisation for recreational use. The move has also been backed by legal experts and those helping Tasmanians affected by substance abuse.
According to the figures, 40% of Tasmanians admit to using cannabis, and of the 1,100 people surveyed, close to 60% believe it should be legalised.
With less than 4 weeks to go until voters head to the polls, cannabis wasn't the only issue on the agenda in Breaden today. Labor was spruiking what it claims is a better deal for NBN customers.
Connection issues have been an ongoing problem for Devonport business owner Sam Hope.
Technicians I know in the area, won't be named, but they looked at my site and could see how many times it had dropped out.
A children's television program directed and produced right here in Tasmania has been recognised on the national stage. Little J and Big Cuz took home the Logie for Most Outstanding Children's Program last night, and its Tasmanian director was more than happy to show off the silverware. An impressive accolade for a Tasmanian director and designer.
To get this recognition and to get kind of a very mainstream recognition, really important and really important for the show to continue.
Ahead on Win News, a look at what's making news around the country. And the Tasmanian chef gearing up to go head to head with the best in the country. Welcome back. Taking a look at what's making national headlines now. And childcare providers have been warned they'll be named and shamed if they unfairly raise fees under a new subsidy scheme. Accused murderer Zlatko Sikorsky has been charged with further offences, including the torture of a Queensland teenager. Memory clinics will be set up across the nation as part of a $38 million dementia network. Grant Denyer is celebrating his surprise Gold Logie win, and LeBron James has signed a 4-year deal with the Los Angeles Lakers. We apologise for that vision there. A Hobart chef is gearing up for the contest of a lifetime. Brendan Walter will travel to Sydney later this month as he vies to be crowned the Appetite of Excellence Young Chef of the Year.
Brendan Walter is working his magic in the kitchen, ready to take on the rest of the country at this month's Appetite of Excellence Young Chef of the Year competition.
Sport now with Brent Costelloe, and the Hobart Hurricanes are headed overseas.
They are indeed, Lucy, for a tournament in October. Details next. Also coming up, a Tasmanian scores the winning penalty in the Kookaburra's Champions Trophy win. Good evening. Tasmanian hockey star Jeremy Edwards has played a vital role in helping Australia to its 15th Champions Trophy overnight. Taking on India in the final, scores were locked at 1-1 at full time before the 26-year-old scored the winning penalty to cap off a memorable few months for the Kookaburras. Australia's first goal came from a penalty corner courtesy of Blake Govers. Former Australian cricket captain Ricky Ponting has been inducted into the International Cricket Council Hall of Fame. The Tasmanian is just the 25th Australian to join cricket's most exclusive club, which now has 87 members. The honour is the latest addition to what is already a decorated career, including his induction into the Australian Cricket Hall of Fame earlier this year. Ponting remains Australia's greatest run scorer with 41 Test centuries and 30 one-day hundreds. Tasmanians will finally get a clearer picture of where football in the state is headed tomorrow when AFL CEO Gillon McLachlan delivers the results of his steering committee's findings. Meanwhile, Glenorchy star Harrison Gunther says while he's hoping to be drafted later this year, he's operating on a team-first basis as his Magpies continue their mid-season resurgence. 4 is the magic number in Magpie land. First, the club lost that many matches in a row. Now they've strung the same amount together. Football Federation Australia has confirmed Devonport will play its FFA Cup match against Northcote City FC at Oakley's Jack Edwards Reserve on August 7. Meanwhile, things are tightening up in the NPL after South Hobart upstaged the league leaders. Launceston City's loss has cut their handy lead to just 3 points.
Playing the W League, that's been a goal of mine for a while now, so we'll see where it takes me.
An ambitious young lady, which is good to see. Luce, how would you go in the Women's Super League? We might have to get you out there for a team and have a kick.
Oh, look, I'd love to, but my reflexes and coordination are absolutely terrible. So not as good as you, Breno.
Oh, yeah, I'll be really good in the Women's Super League. You're right, fantastic.
Thanks for that, Brent. Stay with us. Your weather is next. Welcome back. Taking a look at the day's weather now. The Bass Strait Islands were fine and 14 degrees. In the north, it was mostly sunny and also 14 for Burnie, Devonport and Launceston. In the east, St Helens and Swansea, clear and sunny with 15 and 16 degrees respectively. In the west, 14 degrees for Strahan and Queenstown, and Hobart had a mild, mostly sunny day with 16 the top. The satellite shows a low-pressure system approaching the state from the southwest. On the water tomorrow, winds up to 25 knots in the north with seas and swells between 1 to 3 metres. 20 to 30 knot winds in the east with seas rising to 3 metres. The south will have 15 to 30 knot winds and 4 metre seas and swells. And in the west, winds up to 40 knots with seas and swells between 3 and 5 metres. A gale warning is current for southwestern and western coastal waters from Southeast Cape to Sandy Cape. A strong wind warning is current for all remaining coastal waters, and there's a small craft wind alert for the southwest and central plateau lakes. Around the state tomorrow, mostly cloudy for the islands with 14 degrees. In the northwest, Smithton, Wynyard and Burnie will all have a top of 14, Devonport 13, cloudy and 14 degrees for Launceston, the same for St Helens and Swansea. In the west, showers and 13 for Strahan, and Hobart will have a mostly sunny day with 15 the top. Interstate tomorrow, fine and mild for much of the country. Melbourne will be overcast while Perth will have showers. And looking ahead back home, the northwest coast will have showers on Wednesday, developing into rain for the latter part of the week. Launceston will have showers and rain from Wednesday too, but conditions will clear up on Sunday. And Hobart will have showers on Wednesday and persisting right through to next week. And that's Win News for this Monday. To keep up to date with Tasmania's news, you can follow us on Facebook and Twitter. I'm Lucy Breaden. Have a lovely evening and I'll see you again tomorrow. Good night.
This has been a Win News presentation. Win News, Regional Australia's #1 news source.